3.
That was Sandra Valls.
Oh, 2.
She's
Shh. I know.
You know?
Yeah. Cooking with Debbie and friends. Oh, you distracted me. Cooking with Debbie and friends. We'll make some good food, talk about marriage and parenting too. Self-care and budgeting and some recipes for life, yeah. Cooking with Debbie and friends. You totally threw me off.
I'm sorry. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cooking with Debbie and Friends, a cook and chat show we film right here in our kitchen with my husband, Travis.
For those of you that are new, every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. we go live to Facebook and YouTube. So if you're on one of those channels, please pop into the comments and let us know you're there.
There's a comment already. We can't find you guys on YouTube. Huh.
That's very odd. Let me just check.
Meanwhile, I'll say hi to Tony Townsend. Hello. That's my father-in-law. And Richard, my son-in-law. It's a family affair.
So, Flora, just go youtube.com/mommycomic, MOMMYCOMIC. Eva is there already, and I've checked the feed. We're live there. So let's finish your little spiel.
Okay. And then you wash your hands. I'm done with mine.
Yeah, who cares? So I was saying, we are on YouTube and Facebook. So if you're in one of those platforms, please comment and say hi. Let us know you're there.
We stream to these channels and platforms because we love to talk to you, and we love when you talk to each other. So we also invite you to share. You can hit that little share button on your Facebook. Just share, share, share away. If you can't watch us live, come back and watch an episode. In fact, we're going to talk about some past episodes today. Yeah.
And you can always find those episodes on our website, and that is on the lower third right down there, cookingwithdebbieandfriends.com, and some extras. Some of the clips that we're going to show tonight I'm going to put on there as an extra, and that will be the only place you can find the extras tonight. So let's say hi to a few people that are already in. First of all, my dad, you were number one.
Yeah. My cousin Peggy is here. Eva, you already said hi to Eva. Gosh, yeah. I'm so sorry, Eva.
That's okay.
Martha Scott, who is also a new family member for us. We're related by marriage. And Debbie Wheatley Ferguson. Hello, Debbie. I saw that little tip you put on about garlic and smashing it. I got to give that a try. I didn't show you yet. I got to show you, but it's pretty cool. Marie LaBeouf thinks I look beautiful in purple.
She does have a very good complexion and always look beautiful.
Goes with my lavender hair. Well, you know what? For those of you that have been watching, I went gray or silver. Really embraced it, and Pilar talks me into a little lavender here and there. I think I'm live. Sally is with us. Hi, Sally. Good to see you. Debbie Grow, all the way from Hawaii. She watches.
Nice.
Ashley Bailey Ross.
Yep.
I'm just going to call her Ashley.
Ashley.
Hi,
and
Ashley.
Robert Haley. Robert, that photo you posted of your son the other day is you exactly, except darker hair. That was so funny.
Hi, Suzanne. How are things in Texas? I hope they're okay, but I think Suzanne is escaping. Here, baby. I think Suzanne is escaping over to Las Vegas, if I am thinking right. And I think our friend Brad Garrett is there. What is it? Yeah, I think Brad Garrett's going to be there at his new location at the MGM. Well, they moved the location. All right, so let's talk about Thanksgiving. And we're going to have a couple options open that you can comment in. We want to know, how does Thanksgiving look to you this year? And since we were here on Tuesday, there's been more bad news. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. You want
Debbie Downer.
Do the trombone.
Wah, wah.
I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer because I'm usually a really positive person, but the news isn't so good right now. You know, they're predicting some really high numbers. Utah ran out of space at their hospital. They ran out of hospital beds. There's a prediction that there's going to be a run on things like mason jars, and for some reason I think it's canning, and toilet paper, and, you know, so things are going to get bad before they get better. So, the news isn't great, but let's talk about what we still can do for Thanksgiving. Yes, we got to stay home. We got to stay home. If you are opening your home to a bunch of people, or you're going to travel, or you're going to jump on an airplane, you're not my friend anymore.
we're disowning you. So there's that. I think really it just comes down to we got to be smart about this, guys. We just surpassed 1 million cases in California today, and they're predicting.
And we're steady. And California's steady.
Yeah, well, kind of. There are pockets, like anywhere.
Yeah.
Wherever there's a lot of people, you're going to find a lot of cases because sometimes it's just hard to really social distance. But what we are talking about is planning distance, and this is a prime example of an opportunity to do that where we're used to getting together. This is tradition for lifetimes and generations to get together on this particular day, and there are ways to do it safely. Some of the people that were commenting on Tuesday were talking about making all the foods that they normally make and then having people drive by and delivering it to them.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to get creative. This is, if we don't do it now, then we'll be in the same position next year. And God knows we all need to be in a different position this time next year.
Yes. I want to say hello to Paula, who just popped on there. So Travis is exactly right. We need to figure this out now. We started with the easy holiday, which was Halloween, and then we're moving on to Thanksgiving. Now, Thanksgiving is usually a big communal type of holiday, so it has to look different this year. It should only be your bubble. It really should only be your bubble, because then you don't have to worry about removing your mask to eat, because if you're in my bubble and Pilar's in the bubble, the three of us, we can enjoy the day, just the three of us. So.
And let's be realistic about this, guys. Most of the time on Thanksgiving, you go into a house, it's crowded, it's loud, people are talking about politics, you eat, and then you fall asleep. At least this is my experience. I eat and I fall asleep.
Yeah.
We don't really do the politics thing too much, but I hear about a lot of people saying, there's a lot of stress surrounding Thanksgiving. One time, Pilar and Debbie and I, we just said, we're going to do something different, just the three of us. We went to the mountains on Thanksgiving weekend, and we ended up having Thanksgiving with like 100 Filipino people from this church. It was the most bizarre and amazing experience we've ever had.
We didn't speak the language, but they, brought us full plates of food.
We didn't intend to do this.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah, we just kind of needed to unplug.
We were at a retreat.
Yeah, we were going through a lot of stuff at the time.
Yep. And we went to where they said, hey, we're serving dinner. You're more than welcome to join. We have another party in there. We thought, there's another family in there.
Yeah.
Well, there were over 100 people, and they were bringing us to our table these little hand turkeys and little cutout things and little bags of candy.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And we wound up adopting Luna that day.
Yep.
That weekend.
My point with that wasn't really that we ended up with this giant group of people, but that we were okay doing something different for Thanksgiving and wanted to create a different experience for ourselves. You've got enough time now. You can plan how to create a different experience for yourself so that you don't really feel like you're missing out or doing something so drastically different. If you plan ahead, it'll at least feel like it's on purpose.
Wrap your mind around it. What can you still do? You can still be thankful. You can still be thankful. You can still eat turkey.
Sure. All week long.
You can call relatives. You can
Zoom them.
You can Zoom them. You can overeat. You can drink and not drive. Right?
Or you could get together if you have a family on this street like we do. We'll go down to the park and we can all get socially distanced in a big circle and take our own meals. You could do that too.
You could do that. You could trim down your menu. So for some people, like, you go and it's obligatory to make certain dishes, like the sweet potato with the marshmallow and the pineapple, which for me is like a diabetic nightmare. I can't do that. But I can totally forego it this year. It's not even tempting me because I can prep my own meal here. Emily, hi, Michelle Rodriguez. Suzanne said, don't disown us. They're headed to Vegas on Sunday. But I've seen pictures of them when they fly. They look like the Apollo 13. They do.
And everything.
They look like the Apollo 13 astronauts. My wife is cooking all the foods, and we will porch deliver to our family. It'll just be the two of us and our cats. Otherwise, no gathering at all, even though we miss all our folks. We're taking no risks.
That's
Yay,
smart.
Emily. Good
That's
for you
very smart,
and your
Emily.
wife. That is awesome.
Yep.
So today we're going to talk about the sides. We're going to talk about the sides.
So just so that you guys understand, she's been cooking in this house. So the whole, like when I pulled into the driveway, I just smelled the smells wafting out of the house. It really does smell really good. So
Smells like Thanksgiving.
Tell us what you've done so far and what we're doing tonight.
So we do something on the show called Kitchen Magic. And Kitchen Magic is I will make the dish ahead of time so that you don't have to hang with us for, an hour while it sits in the oven. So when's that going to be ready, Deb? So I've already made it, and so I'm going to do the old switcheroo. Also, if you tuned in on Tuesday, you know that we are making dinner for our friend Corinne, who is a first responder. She is a nurse in a very, very heavily trafficked hospital. She and her roommate will be working for, first of all, they work nonstop, but they'll also be working on Thanksgiving. And we have arranged to deliver them a turkey on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we'll deliver them a turkey. I'm going to make some stuffing for her so she has that and some cranberry sauce. And so that's...
Did you want to do that live in steps, or do you want to talk about this after the show? Like we'll do the, hey everyone, join us at whatever time, and then we get all these ingredients.
Are you saying move on?
No, I'm just asking you because I think now would be a good time to find out if they would tune in.
Travis wants to know if you would tune in on Sunday. If you would tune in to watch me in my pajamas put a turkey in the
Well, look, it's like this. Hey, everyone, get all these ingredients together and meet us here at 8 a.m. on Sunday, or maybe even on Thanksgiving. I don't know if you want to do this. This is a conversation we probably should have had.
What are you saying?
Before we went live. But then we'll go, okay, now it's ready, you put it in the oven.
This is Instapot all over again.
And then we come back, meet us back here in 4 hours. We'll pull it out and we'll talk about this idea.
Yeah, we could do that on Sunday if you like, So just let me know. Debbie Wheatley Ferguson said yes.
That way you're literally cooking all the steps in one day. I just thought it would be kind of cool. I'm not trying to make extra work for myself.
All right.
But I thought it would be fun.
So, people are saying yes. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Joe. So we're going to talk about the sides. Monica said yes, too. All right.
Only if you have rollers in your hair. Alva says no, 8 a.m. is too early.
I wouldn't do that at 8 a.m. I think 10 o'clock because I bought a small turkey, and that turkey will be cooking for possibly 4 hours. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. We have a delivery set for 4. That gives that turkey time to set and carve. So I probably would start around 10. So you're in trouble, Travis. Remember when he pulled
Kelly.
Instapot crap on me? Remember?
Yeah, you remember.
Can we stay in our PJs? Peggy, yes. The best part of COVID is no bra. What is David Wilcox saying there?
You see Michelle's there.
Michelle, I'm not looking forward to Thanksgiving. It's my first holiday without Mark, and I'm going camping and riding with my kids and grandkids.
That sounds beautiful.
That sounds
perfect.
Wonderful, Michelle. And we are so honored that you tune into our show because you wrote to us and said that you feel a little less alone, and that's our goal. And so we are sorry. We know the firsts are really hard, and for a lot of people, even your dad or your mom or your spouse can be gone for years and it still hurts. So,
yeah.
But it's good, I think, that you are in 2020 when things are different, right, Trav? I mean, things are different for her anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like everyone's sort of in a weird holding pattern.
Yeah. Oh, good. They subscribed. You said Instapot. I'm in on Sunday. Okay. Sure. Why not? Sure. All right.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. No problem, BG. That's okay. 8 a.m. for you is like 10 a.m. for me, so I can totally do it. So 10 a.m. actually, because Debbie said 10 a.m. would be noon for you. So if you're in, exactly, no bra has been the best part of COVID. All right, let's get started.
So we're talking about the sides because that seems to be everybody's favorite part of Thanksgiving are the side dishes. I thought it would be desserts, but I think because you're hungry, the sides are what seems to be what everybody's looking forward to, and by the time you get to dessert, you're so like over food. So the typical sides for Thanksgiving are mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and stuffing.
Green beans,
course.
Yeah, casserole, like stuff like that.
We're talking about the carbies.
The main carbs.
Yeah, we're talking about the carbs, because next Tuesday's show is all going to be about the vegetables, and taking some of those vegetables, like the big heavy casseroles, and kind of streamline them for people like me who have diabetes and want to have a more healthful Thanksgiving, but still get those tastes. So,
how's that?
Those tastes. So today we're going to make the stuffing, because on the show we have already made the mashed potatoes and the mac and cheese, and we have
yeah, so what I'm going to do is just show you, there's a 1-minute clip, so in case you would like the mashed potatoes, and then I'll immediately follow that with a 3-minute clip on the mac and cheese. We've condensed that one, so after this episode, maybe tomorrow, I'll be posting these as individual clips on our website. So,
and while he's doing that, I'm going to start making my mom's stuffing. And she makes a great savory stuffing, and she makes it with sausage. So,
and it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Monica's on here, you can attest.
Yes. So I'm starting with 1/2 pound of sausage. You can get Italian sausage, you can get regular sausage, you can get sausage with sage, which I did. So I'm going to start with 1/2 pound of sausage, and we'll see you when we get back from these videos.
All right. Here's the mashed potatoes.
Made these with regular russet potatoes. I went ahead and boiled my potatoes. Cut them up first, peeled them, cut them up, boiled them with salt in the water, and then I drained the water, and then I put in 3/4 of a stick of butter. Yes, I did. I put in 3/4 of a stick of butter, and salt, pepper, and evaporated milk. The reason I use evaporated milk in a can is because if you take cold milk out of your refrigerator and put it in your potatoes while they're hot, it'll curdle and it'll spoil all your potatoes. Can you imagine that happened to you right before a big dinner like Thanksgiving or Easter? So I use the evaporated milk, and I've got a lot of evaporated milk in my refrigerator, and I think I'm going to make fudge. There's a lot of things you can do with evaporated milk.
What is that?
We're going to put 4 tablespoons of butter into the pan that we cooked the macaroni in. Now you can use elbow macaroni, you can use shells like we did, any macaroni. Some people even do spaghetti, but it's my idea that you want to have a pasta that is tubular to catch all that sauce. So what he's going to put into this as we go is butter, and he's going to whisk, and as he's whisking, we're going to drop in some flour, some regular flour, and he's also going to put in some mustard, the dry mustard, and then we're going to add some milk, but we'll talk you through everything. I just wanted you to see all the different things that we're putting in there.
You got the salt and pepper mix.
We've got salt and pepper, but the thing is,
let me see this.
For new cooks that are watching, the trick is whisk, whisk, whisk. You can't let that just sit. It's not something you can start and walk away from. So it started with melting the butter, and then we sprinkled in the flour. And after we sprinkled in the flour and let that kind of, melt all together, then we whisked it on low. Then we poured in the milk, 2.5 cups of milk, or 2 cups of milk. I'll check my recipe. And then some dry mustard, and that's going to play with each other for about 5 minutes. We're going to add the cheese, right?
We added the cheese.
I'm going to take a 1/4 cup of the sauce that's cooking, and I'm going to add it to the egg that I had whisked. What I'm doing right here is tempering an egg. So we don't want to just throw the egg in there all by itself, because what will happen is it will scramble in that sauce. So instead I put a little bit of sauce into the egg over here, and I'm going to let it temper. That means just come up to a certain degree, and I'm going to return it back to that sauce.
Yeah, that looks so good. You guys, look at that. That sauce just looks so fantastic right now.
1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper goes into the mac and cheese now. I'm going to put this sauce into the macaroni now.
All right. Yep, and now just mixing this cheese up. You can see the cheese is it's not runny. it's not runny, but it's also not real thick, so it makes it real easy to coat all the shells in the casserole dish.
I've got 3 tablespoons of butter in here. I'm gonna whisk in there some panko crumbs. So here I come.
Now tell us what you're doing there.
I have the melted butter, and all I'm doing is coating the panko crumbs. I put on the panko breadcrumbs, and now I'm gonna stick this in the oven.
Okay.
This is gonna have 20 minutes to cook. We're not gonna make you hang out for 20 minutes. We're gonna taste test this rib, and we are going to show you what we're making for dessert. How's that?
There you go.
Wow. So one little addendum to that is the other day we had leftover white cheddar cheese, a sharp white cheddar cheese from the Halloween episode where we made white nachos, and that white cheddar cheese made a big difference in the mac and cheese, don't you think?
100%.
It was really good. Yeah. It was very sharp. So what was this? Oh, we never use flour, egg, and mac and cheese, and we must explore this. You know what? I give you ideas, and you take them however you want them. Like with this dressing today. I'm just giving you an idea. Let's see. BG, we add a little sour cream instead of milk to our mashy potatoes. Yes, makes them creamy. My friend Julia Finara, who's on here sometimes, she taught me how to make them with buttermilk, and it's just a whole new flavor. You know, and we're kind of, you know, considering we're shopping in the age of COVID, we kind of have to figure out what to grab from our fridge and pantry. If you have evaporated milk in your cupboard, that is a great way to use milk if you don't have any in your refrigerator. It's a great, great staple to keep on hand. Real butter is key. It actually is. It really is.
Cover myself.
Okay, so
I just went, showed them I'm going to go solo on this camera
okay,
so they can just see what I'm doing.
Travis is over there sauteing some sausage with sage. You can use a whole pound if you like.
It smells amazing.
I did half a pound here. I just did half a pound. And the truth is I would have used a whole pound, but people are already buying their Thanksgiving things. So if you haven't yet gone, don't wait till the last minute. Things are flying off the shelf. So I'm using half a pound because I already made another batch with the other one. How is it? Is it brown?
Yeah, sure.
Is it brown? Is it done?
Yes, it's done.
Okay, I want you to take that sausage out and put it in the little bowl.
Okay, well, let me go back solo here then.
Sure.
Sorry.
That's all right. So feel free to put in the comments as we're cooking here how you're coping with these changes with Thanksgiving. We hope that you're doing okay. We're all in the same boat. It's just one holiday. It's one holiday, you know, and document it. And you know, we'll be talking about it one day. You'll be sitting with, you know, grandkids that are asking you, so what was COVID like? How did you do Thanksgiving? And we have the answer. So Travis is taking the sausage, and again, I have the sausage with sage. So you can smell that sage already.
This is not very greasy sausage at all.
No,
So was it lean? Why is it not real greasy?
I don't know. It's an organic sausage, I know that.
Yeah, this is really not. Yeah. I'm going to show you guys on this camera so you can see there's not a whole lot of grease here, and you can also see there's not a whole lot of grease in that.
No, which is why I need to add butter. So I'm adding...
Oh my gosh, look at all that.
I'm adding 1 stick of butter in there. And Travis, I want you to go ahead and, get that butter melted. Maybe turn down the heat a little bit because you don't want to go too crazy hot.
Sure.
So what I have here is I've got carrots, celery, and onions all chopped up, ready to go. I have some garlic. I'm going to throw the garlic in there too. Couple cloves of garlic. And, you know, if I was a smart woman, I think I would have bought everything chopped up already, because you can do that. You can. But, you know, Thanksgiving is a time when you don't have a lot of space in your refrigerator. So, anyway, so I went ahead and bought the carrots and the celery and the onions, and I just, you know, zen chopped them. Okay, so I'm going to give Travis the chopped onion, the celery, the carrots, and some garlic. That's a regular brown onion. I know my father-in-law who watches the show, he says the only thing he cooks with is a Spanish onion. I usually reserve the Spanish onion for the turkey. I don't use a brown onion. I use a Spanish onion. Replying to BG Casas. I love how you guys talk to each other. Not a lot of grease, but gotta add butter. You gotta add butter.
Yeah.
How's it going over there?
Well, I literally just put it in here, so we're all good.
Okay. Travis, you can put in your pinch of fancy salt if you like.
I'm gonna.
There you go. This is for my sister. Here you go. There
Okay,
you
so
go.
what is this? Tell them what this salt is.
This is kosher salt. It's the only salt.
Camera.
I read the book and watched the documentary Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat by Sami Nostrat. She also has a podcast called Home Cooking. And she... a little more. Yeah. She talks about the importance of salt, and she explained all these different salts that you should have in your kitchen. And so once I used the kosher salt, it just felt like the taste of foods were really coming alive. And so this kosher salt is really fabulous. You can order it online. You can get it right there at the supermarket. So what is a Spanish onion? Trav? Oh, never mind.
I've got this back up on a medium heat. Once the butter melted, I got it back to medium so that it gets all those flavors of the onion, garlic, and carrots, and celery all mixed together. This smells great already, but it's gonna be amazing.
This is a brown onion. It's round. This is the onion you see all the time. It's just a nice round onion. This is a Spanish onion. Can you see how it's flat? It's flat. That's a Spanish onion. They're called Spanish onions or sweet onions. And this is what I use in my turkey. I use the Ina Garden recipe for my turkey. And it is a fail-proof, fabulous, wonderful, been using it for years. And she says a Spanish onion. And then this is a shallot. And this is really, really strong in flavor. This is a shallot. It has its own like fan club, believe it or not. You can look at a shallot fan club. So those are the 3 onions that I use to cook with. So if you're going to cook with me a turkey and use the Ina Garden recipe, you're going to need a Spanish onion, which is a sweet onion. It could be called one of those when you go to the store. Looks like another amazing show. We was keeping my mom company as her days are super long, so showing up a bit late. No problem. You know what? People are so cute when they say we missed it or whatever. Mm-hmm. Go back and watch the episodes. You know.
The nice thing about doing that though too is you can get past. You can go right to when we start cooking, or if you like the top end where we're talking and kind of sharing what's going on in our day, or just kind of chatting with you guys, you can do that too. So these episodes live on Facebook and YouTube, which is a cool thing, but then I also have been putting them on our website. So Sally wants to know where to get the Spanish onion. She's never seen one.
You can get them at any store, really. But Sprouts will call them Spanish onions. Vaughn's calls them sweet onion. So again, you're looking for that squat onion. So Spanish or sweet. And you know what? That's what the produce guy is there for. Ask the produce guy or gal where you can find certain things. And you know what? I know at our Vaughn's, they'll even let you taste something if you've never tasted something
they'll open
like
up
a star fruit or something. Yep. You can ask to taste it. So
we're going to give these guys a little view of...
Okay. Now, this is pretty typical of most dressings. Other people put all kinds of stuff in it. My cousin Peggy, before I came on the show, she said that she texted that she puts in apple. Her mother-in-law put in apple slices. Because people back then, they kind of like took what they could out of their fridge and they used it, you know. And an apple is a very fall type of taste. So anyway, this is my mom's recipe, and this is what she adds. She uses chopped olives. Okay. So we're going to put some chopped olives in there. Okay. And these are slivered almonds. And I toasted them up before I toasted these up. To toast a nut, all you have to do is put it in a hot pan. I put it in my hot cast iron, stirred it a couple times to just make sure it was nice and crisp. So I'm going to put that in there. I did not know there's a difference between a round onion and a Spanish onion. Yeah, one is sweeter, that's all. But my father-in-law, Tony, he cooks with only Spanish onions. So, so Michelle says she's gone back to our episodes in the past. and that her daughters have gone to your episode. I've gone to go see how to do the curry again. I'm like, how do I do that? And I went and I looked at myself. My favorite are Vidalias. Debbie, you're a cook. Would you consider a Vidalia onion the same as a Spanish or sweet onion? I'm just curious. Our sweet onions are Vidalia onions. That's our main onion situation here in Kentucky. Oh, well, I guess I just had that question answered. Huh. All right. So, Travis, you've got the olives in there?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So let me just get a little bit closer of this shot. I want to tell you guys about the sliced almonds in there. You might think that if you bite into your stuffing, it's going to be really hard. This stage right here, where you're sautéing it in all those, it smells so amazing. You're sautéing it in all those other flavors. They are softening up a little bit. There still is a little bit of a crunch when you get it in that first bite. You're going to really notice it, but it really does help create a texture with the sausage and the softer carrots and the celery and all that stuff. So this is an amazing recipe. Do yourself a favor and make this one.
And it's very colorful with the carrots and the olives. And now we're going to add just a teaspoon, just a little teaspoon of thyme. Thyme goes a long way. If you're using fresh, use a teaspoon of thyme. So thyme goes a long way. Buy your thyme and sage now if it can live in your fridge for a while. Because like I said, people are buying stuff up like crazy. So he put that in there. And that is just going to cook for Travis maybe another minute, not any more than that, because you don't want your thyme to get burnt.
And also you're going to roast this, right?
Yeah, we're going to bake it.
Bake it, I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
My God, this smells.
I know.
This smells like a house would smell on Thanksgiving.
It's the sage from the sausage and the thyme. I do not reinvent the wheel, people. I buy Mrs. Covinson's. That's what I've always bought. The regular, traditional stuffing mix. That's what I do. I do not toast my own breadcrumbs. If you want to do that, you're a better woman than me.
But isn't the magic really in what's happening back here?
I think so, yeah.
I really think this is where the magic's happening. For Mom's recipe, and yeah, maybe you got this. Okay, I'm not trying to say Mrs. whatever your name is.
Covinson.
Whatever, who cares?
Mr. Covinson.
I'm talking about Nani Gutierrez brand stuffing right here. Now this is the shiznit.
Paula Gilman says she can smell it.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys. Look at that.
It's my first time watching you, and your hair is adorable. Hello. Love the purple headband. Hello. Thank you. I had a bunch of headbands made when I was starting to go gray, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I knew I could hide it under a headband.
Okay, so I'm taking that off of the heat.
So take that off the heat.
Yes, I did.
And while you're doing that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the cranberry sauce. Because this last step for the dressing is going to be pretty easy. I do not put the stuffing in the turkey. My mom does. I don't. I like it separate.
I do too.
So Travis is going to heat up 1 cup of water with 1 cup of sugar.
That's what that is.
That's what that is in there.
Okay.
And then there's some rinsed cranberries. These are whole cranberries. Now, remember I told you about Samin Nosrat? So she's just so informational. She just has so much, she's so informative rather, and gives so much information. There's a big difference in stuffing.
There's a big difference in stuffing, yes.
Yeah. So this would be considered a dressing. I don't put it in the bird. I don't know why. I just never had a lot of faith in cooking my stuffing in the bird. So I just think for me, this
Besides,
is safer.
what we put in there are the onions and the lemons and all the sage and all that. We shove that into which makes the inside and it just permeates into all the meat. It does,
yeah. So anyway, so these are fresh cranberries. If you do the jar or you do the can, that's fine. That's fine. Do what you do. It's so funny because I heard a podcast called Cooking at Home Cooking, and people, one woman called and she said, "I'm a trash rat, and I eat. I like the cranberry can." If that's what you like, then that's what you like, you know. So I just happen to make mine fresh. Let's see. Eva says she can imagine the aroma. Why do I keep saying that?
I don't know, but I'm going to keep correcting you because
do that.
Eva
Cranberry
put the
sauce?
pronunciation in the comments.
I made it for the first time last year, and the chef who taught us told me that we would never go back to canned, and she was so right. And Peggy says, me too, never in the bird.
The can is gelatinous.
The can can be gelatinous, but some people like it. So anyway, let me tell you what Samin said about the cranberry sauce. The cranberry sauce is the only acidic thing on the table for the most part, unless you're like our family and you serve it with fresh salsa. There's fresh salsa on the table too. Indian people sometimes put Indian pickles out with their Thanksgiving dinner, but you need that tannic, you need that tartness. Mm-hmm. And because everything at Thanksgiving, let's face it, it's heavy, it's fatty, it's, it's calorie laden. And so what this sauce does is it adds some tart and it gives you some balance for your meal.
Yeah, all those flavors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now I don't put a lot of stuff in this. I do your basic. You have that water? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead
just trying to get the sugar to, because
so he's just putting the fresh cranberries rinsed right into the sugar and water. And Travis, those are going to pop in a little bit.
Okay.
They're going to pop.
Like
he doesn't believe me. Yeah, like firecrackers. They're going to pop. So you sparked a debate about stuffing inside the turkey. Apparently we are house divided. You're newlyweds. So I just didn't do it because I know some people do it and they feel safe doing it. I just didn't feel safe putting the cooking it like that, using the turkey as your vessel to cook it. I just didn't. There are experienced cooks, like my mom, she always makes it like that. But for me, I didn't like doing that. And I like a crispness to my dressing too. I don't like it soggy. What?
Emily's comment is exactly why I always hated cranberry gel stuff.
But and that cranberry gel, Emily, it's really, I agree with what Debbie...
If you can't see it, Emily says, none of us eats the cranberry, but we do use the can-shaped cran gel as sort of a required centerpiece. I don't know why, but it's always there.
Here's the thing, Emily. It's like Debbie said, like her teacher told her, once you do fresh cranberry, you won't go back to that gelatinous kind. You just won't. And then if you make it on your own stove, you can make it as jelly as you like, or as solid as you like. Oh, where's my bay leaf?
Can we also remind everyone, because Christine's asking how much sugar to water and cranberries?
1 bag of cranberries, Christine.
1 bag equals?
1 bag. They sell them.
Like
it's
a pound or something.
Yeah, it's the only bag they sell, unless they sell the big kind. But you'll see it. It's
a small bag.
Small bag. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, and I put in a bay leaf because ever since I've been listening to Samin Nosrat, she talks about the beauty of a bay leaf and how it just really gives some added flavor.
You're right, they're popping.
Yes. So
yeah,
you want to turn that down a little bit?
Let's give the peeps a peek. Yeah, so I have it on medium. What should I just under medium?
Yes. So, also, I put in orange zest, and you can put in the juice of your orange if you like to. Now, I don't like to, some people put vanilla extract, some people put nuts. I like it really basic, and one reason I like to make it basic is because my pilar, we're going to just go drop those in there.
There's so many smells in here right now. She just did this citrusy... This orange, it smells amazing. The cranberries, we've got this mixture for the stuffing going, the sausage back here.
Can I have a knife, too, to cut my orange?
You want this little one?
Sure. Thank you. So we're going to put in the juice of an orange in there and a cinnamon stick. So absolutely orange zest. Yes. My sister also makes cranberry sauce, and she adds crushed walnuts, which gives it a nice crunch. Yes. Some people add walnuts. Some people add apples to give it that crunch. Again, I make it like this because my family likes to have it on toast with butter. They like to...
It's like a preserve.
Yeah. And Pilar loves to, believe it or not, she loves to make a sandwich with cranberry sauce as the condiment. We're going to squeeze that in there.
Okay, just
and
one.
then you're going to put in a small cinnamon stick.
Okay.
Again, some people do vanilla and make it really sweet, but to me, I like to have that tartness at the table. I use a zest if I have of an orange or lemon. That's exactly what I'm doing here, is the zest of an orange or lemon. I just put in the lemon peel,
the
actually.
whole orange, right, Debbie?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm going to get all this juice.
And just keep stirring.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember horrified the first time I saw someone eating cranberry sauce on the turkey. Everyone knows it's a nice little dessert.
It smells so good.
But apparently cranberry sauce with turkey is like that, like horseradish on roast beef. It's just that flavor that just goes with that particular thing. So, but yeah, Pilar likes a sandwich with cream cheese, cranberry sauce, and turkey. I love that people are talking to each other. All right, now I've got my handy dandy silver pan, which I love. I've got my Mrs. Cubbinson's there. Travis is on cranberry duty. Travis, we're gonna drop this back in with the. Sorry, everybody.
The cinnamon I'm gonna put in, and I'm just gonna push it right down in and.
Sure. Okay, Travis, if you can stir that sausage that I just dropped in there.
You want me to cook it? To put it on the heat?
You can warm it up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to this.
So see, Thanksgiving isn't so different, you guys. We're still cooking. Isn't that cool?
Cooking with Debbie.
The one thing I wanted to tell you about Tuesday's show is that we're going to, I'm going to really scale down those heavy vegetables. People take a beautiful vegetable like a sweet potato and then they just they candy it. People take a beautiful vegetable like a green bean and they make it into a casserole. So, Thanksgiving is a hard enough holiday for me to enjoy because I have to carb count as a diabetic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some vegetables that I really love on Tuesday, and we're going to lighten them up. And, so that I can enjoy vegetables, and you can too. So,
oh my God. You guys should be jealous of me right now because it smells good. That sausage tastes amazing, by the way.
Earl of Sandwich holiday turkey. Cranberry sauce, turkey, and stuffing. Yum. Yeah, Pilar put stuffing in there too. Martha Scott, I make cranberry relish, which is 1 bag of cranberry zest and 1 or 2 oranges all around, and monk fruit sweetener. Right, now that you can't eat regular sugar. I have monk fruit too. I'm still experimenting on how to cook with it.
And then cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg.
Ugh.
It is then refrigerated for a couple of days. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Wait a minute. So you don't cook it at all? One dish.
We're gonna.
Martha, let us know. Do you cook it at all? Sweetener. Yeah. Okay. Then the cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg, and it's in the refrigerator for a couple days. It's eaten raw. Don't forget on Thanksgiving we're eating heavy, and there's not going to be any parades. I don't know if there's going to be any football games, but get out and take a walk if you can. Gotta walk it off. All right. Can I have that over here now?
Showing the people.
Oh, show the people. I know you like to do that.
And I burned my arm.
You burned your arm?
I was holding it over the fire.
Oh, now stop.
Okay.
Bring that over here.
This comes to you.
This comes to me.
Let's go like this so you can scoop it in. Are you using the guitar one?
I don't want to use the guitar
one. Well, here,
one.
use the one in my hand.
Okay.
But this is hot, though.
Meanwhile.
The handles are freaking hot.
Why didn't you use it?
Because you're supposed to be able to get the handles on this one.
You make me... Not this one.
Yes, look at these. Are supposed to be handles that you can touch.
You're making me crazy.
I know it, but I'm just trying not to get burned much. Okay, that's good.
Okay. All right. So we've got the sausage mixture with those vegetables and the almonds and the what else did I put in there? The sausage, almonds,
celery,
olives, celery,
garlic, butter.
Yeah. Now, there are so many types of dressing and stuffing that you can make. Some people add cranberry, some people put apple, but like I said, for me, I like the savory. And then we're going to eyeball this here. Oh, so Martha said no, she doesn't cook it. We're going to eyeball about 1.5 cups of chicken broth, and we're going to let that breadcrumb absorb it. There we go.
At what point do you know that the cranberries are done? Let's get a little bit closer look. For
Most of them will be popped.
Okay.
How are they doing?
Most of them are not popped, so we're going to let that cook a little while
Yeah, that takes
longer.
about 10 minutes. We're going to put a little more. I have my gloves on because it is a feel thing. You got to feel it to see. I go with a drier stuffing because if it's too soggy, you can't repair it. If it's too dry, you can always put in some more chicken broth. So we're getting all that in there. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Doesn't that look good?
Mm-hmm. And it smells good even though the stuffing part is not cooked.
Sweetheart, can you put
it? Really does.
It smells good. Oh, you can eat this now.
I can?
No.
Oh, I thought you were offering it to me. Can I do what? You were going to ask me something.
1 stick of butter.
A whole stick of butter?
No, just get me a stick of butter.
Okay.
This is something my mom used to do too. You can smell all this wonderful aromatics in there. Oh, it just smells so good. Now, something I want to tell you that I'm so excited about that I read and researched with your stuffing is you can freeze it. You can freeze it. I'm taking Korean frozen stuffing. You have to cook it first. It has to be cooked first. And then you can put it in bags, which we're going to do. We're going to freeze it in a freezer bag. And if you freeze your stuffing, you have stuffing for 1 month. And something I wanted to talk about is I knew Travis and I were going to have some stuffing for dinner. You can have it with chops. I baked some chicken legs for tonight. You can have it with chicken, chops, meatloaf. It's the perfect...
Or as the main dish itself, because it's got the sausage in there. It really is filling. You don't want to eat a whole lot of it because you'll get really full. I want to mention, though, too, we're cooking with stainless steel pots and pans. You have to be a little bit more careful because when that heats up, it gets really hot and it stays hot. So on something like this, you got to keep stirring and do a little bit of a lower heat, especially if you've got it boiling.
I'm going to have you taste that to see if I need anything.
Show you guys what I mean. So this is getting a little bit, like on the bottom. This is about ready to be done. I'm smelling this. Look at that cinnamon stick. It just smells like cranberry cinnamon goodness. I can't wait to eat that. Now I'm going to eat this.
Tell me what it needs.
Okay. And this is without it being...
yeah, we haven't baked it yet. But it's perfectly okay to eat now.
Sure.
Again, you can't freeze it like this. You've got to bake it, and then you can freeze it. Otherwise, your bread is going to be mush. So
now, if the carrots aren't quite as soft, are they going to soften up in the baking?
Yeah, because you're going to bake this for 40 minutes. You're going to bake it for 40 minutes covered, the last 10 minutes uncovered.
So many flavors. Did you get a bite?
I didn't.
Here. Get a couple of these carrots and celery. Oh, there's a little onion on that one too.
It's good. Now,
this is really good.
Since we're not having a lot of people over, you don't need to drag out all your finest. If you still want to do that for Thanksgiving, be my guest. Do it. But I'm telling my family right up now, we're doing everything in...
Careful, you got oil in there.
We're doing everything in foil containers, right?
Yep, throwaways.
We have a lot of foil containers around here too because we share food with our neighbors. So I'm going to spray this with Pam, and I'm going to get this in here.
Oh my God.
Travis, can you trade me places?
Sure.
Okay, you get this in here.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, and I'll look at your berries.
Yeah, look at the berries.
I'll look at your berries. Whoa!
This is a family
It's a family show.
Family show. My father is watching. So I'm going to do it like this so you guys can see. Look at all this goodness. How many people in a real world setting, not if I'm not there, how many people will this feed? Because I would eat half of this. Especially if your mom made it, because she makes it so good. There's something, she puts a magical ingredient, which I don't know, that we put that in
Some people put parsley, some people put cilantro. If you're real quiet, you can hear our coyotes outside.
Yeah, boy, they're out there.
Can you hear them?
Okay.
Hi, Teresa Rourke.
Hey, Teresa.
Graver.
So, Debbie.
What?
Talk to me about what this would cost the family.
Well, Well, right now, all your Thanksgiving stuff is on sale. Your carrots, anywhere from 49 cents to 99 cents a pound where you go. Celery, onions, you'll pay a little bit more for those things if you have them pre-cut, which isn't a bad idea. It might be worth your time to go ahead and do it. My sister wrote something. She said, "Oh, now I can't wait to cook." And that's kind of the thing about Thanksgiving is you're like, oh, I just want to be in the kitchen and just chop and cook and listen to some music or a podcast or watch a movie. And Teresa, we were saying to everybody, you can hear the coyotes really loud.
You can hear them now.
Sally, this is regular bread stuffing. Some people do cornbread. I just do the regular. So funny because, you just use... Those coyotes are so loud.
Okay. They get it.
I use just the regular Mrs. Covinson's. You can also just get bread cubes already. A lot of the markets will sell it right there where you get your fresh bread, your baked breads, your artisan breads. Right there they'll have the bag of the bread ready to go, the bread cubed.
Okay, I see what you're doing now.
So this is what my mom does. I don't know why.
Well, I was just wondering if when it melts, does it also create like a browning on the top?
Yeah.
See, I pay attention.
I know you do. There's a really cute story about this woman who would make a roast. And when she would make it, she would chop off like about, a couple inches off each end. And she would put it in the pan and she'd cook it and she'd throw, the other away. And so finally somebody asked her, "Mom, why do we make our roast like that?" This went on for a few generations. "Why do we make our roast like that? Why do we cut that off?" And she goes, "Oh, my mom did it." And she goes, "Well, oh, okay. Why did your mom do it?" And she goes, "Because it was the only pan that fit the roast."
So all those years she was wasting.
So sometimes we just do things because we saw our moms do it.
Tradition.
So anyway, so my mom used to put little pieces of butter like that. And if you would be so, you can hear the coyotes. It's crazy, right? Travis, if you can please get me our foil, I would appreciate it.
Yeah. And we are at about 50.
Okay. So this is going to go in the oven for 40 minutes. The last 10... at 350. The last 10, we're going to take off the foil and let it get nice and crispy. The stuffing is good, Deborah. All right. So this goes right into the oven, Travis.
Okay. And are we going to pour that cranberry sauce?
Is it ready to go?
Something? I think it is. Can I also just, I want to show off our amazing towels. Look at that. Our friend Debbie Wheatley Ferguson made these, and we just love them. So thank you for that, Debbie. Is it ready?
I'd give it another minute or two. In the meanwhile, you can do kitchen magic and pull that stuffing out.
Bam. Yeah.
You want a little bowl?
Hell yeah, I'll taste some more stuffing. The coyotes may be smelling your food. I think you're right, yeah.
I'm right.
Right behind me?
Yeah. So this was baked earlier today. It's cold, Trav. You want to heat it up?
No.
Which is perfect for my purposes.
Let me get this.
Which is perfect for my purposes. I'm going to bag this up. You always want to let your food come to a complete cool before you put it into the refrigerator for a couple reasons. One, it can build up bacteria. And two, it can also heat up other things in your refrigerator or freezer and play havoc with their temperatures. So,
yeah, those carrots are nice and soft. The almond slivers are not hard at all. They just do have a nice little crunch. Yeah, that needs to be eaten by more people than just me.
I'm going to save us some for dinner.
Christine, did you see the towels? Oh, she's showing. Diana, my mom puts pats of butter on top too.
Oh, yeah, Diana. Hi,
Diana. Okay. Now, when this is done, what are we putting it in?
You can just put it in a bowl. I'll give you one right now.
We have another glass bowl. That would be pretty. So the people could see it.
You're going to want to take out the...
cinnamon and the bay leaf.
Yes.
Pay attention.
What I... Because he gets yelled at. So what I've done is I have a freezer bag. And you know what? I don't skimp when it comes to putting things in my freezer. I use a rental wrap, heavy wrap. I use the Ziploc freezer bags or the Amazon freezer bags, and they have a place right there to write on. So I wrote stuffing, and I wrote with sausage and nuts, because if it's fine for Karine to eat but not her roommate, we want to be careful with that. So I have all this ready to go. I'm going to flatten it out like this, and I'm going to make sure there's no air in there.
Oh my God. That just looks so
now,
good. Smells amazing.
It does. Now this stuffing is going to go right into the freezer, and I'll take it with me to Karine's when I deliver on Sunday. And all she has to do is let it thaw and heat it up. So since I'm delivering the turkey on Tuesday and today is Thursday, that's kind of pushing it for your dressing to be in the refrigerator. So better for me to freeze it. Maybe I'll give her a call on Saturday and say, you want me to go ahead and thaw it out for you so it's ready? I'm happy to do that. But I was really surprised to find out that you could put your leftover stuffing. I think it's because we never have leftovers.
Yeah, we never do.
But I
eat it all.
I thought it was so amazing that you could do this ahead of time and put it in the freezer, because it's all about time. So I think this is a great shortcut.
Yep. You don't get to look like this by having leftover stuffing.
So,
can we show the people?
Sure.
I want to. Wow, that's hot too.
Okay,
Yep.
put it right there.
No, I want to show them on the camera.
Sure.
You said sure. Look at that, you guys. Oh, that's really hot on my hand.
Oh,
but it's
probably
so
too
worth
hot
it.
to taste, huh?
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. Ow, ow. Don't laugh at me.
Okay. Oh, you smell the cinnamon.
Yeah, you smell the cinnamon. It's. I bet we could. Yeah, I bet we could. I bet we could just blow on it until it cools off enough.
Just wait a little bit while I talk about
we'll
jars.
See if I will, maybe.
If you burn yourself, you're not going to taste anything today.
Sure, Dad. Now I'm going to delete that comment.
What?
So.
Now I see where you get your naughty. Cranberry sauce can stay in your refrigerator for about a week. And you know what? You saw Travis show you how beautiful that is. It's just a beautiful thing to put on your table. It's so pretty, and it's acidic. You know, like I said, it's the only acidic thing on the table to cut all that, the fat and the grease and the heaviness of all the other food.
Yep. So you're not the cranberries they're not sour. They got a nice sweetness to them because of the sugar. Of course, there is a little bit of that sour, but you're definitely tasting the orange, because I squeezed an entire orange in there, and we put some of the peel on there inside there as well. You taste that cinnamon. This is just a beautiful melding of all of those flavors in cranberry sauce. Now, I never really liked cranberry sauce because, like Emily Tomas, we always had that can, and then we would take the little slice and you would slap it on with the thing, and then you would look and you'd be like, do I have to eat it? And you're not getting up until you eat it all, and then you're like,
your dad is right here.
I don't know why you did it to us, Dad.
So
the
cranberry sauce, what I pulled for Karine is I just had a cute little jelly jar ready to go. Really scrub that the label off. I used Goo Gone on the thing.
And by she means I used it.
Yeah. And so I did it again today.
Oh, you did it?
Ran it through the dishwasher a couple times, make sure it's really sterile like that, because I think this was from the fig jam we made the other day. So that's what I'll put in there for Karine to enjoy her sauce. Now the sauce I can leave in my fridge for until I take everything over on Sunday, but you can also freeze this too. So
did we talk about cost? I remember we started to.
I think here's where the cost comes in. We're all looking at a different kind of Thanksgiving. We're all looking at possibly from taking one dish or two dishes to a potluck. Now we're talking about making everything at home. So where your cost effectiveness comes in is going to be from carving that turkey and putting slices away right into the freezer so you have turkey dinner ready to go. The same with your dressing, the same with your cranberry sauce. You can even freeze mashed potatoes. You can freeze everything. So Travis, I don't have a cost because like I said, it's going to be different this year. But what is for sure, you'll probably have more food than you can eat.
Yeah.
So if you have room in your freezer to get this into a freezer, so you can experience Thanksgiving the week afterwards. So, Eva, again, thank you for coming to my home. I feel the love you two have. Until next time, stay safe and take care. Thank you so much. Goo Gone is the best. Oh my gosh. Hey, Robin. They're talking to your dad. They think your dad's funny. So, and I also got these cute little jars that you can give gifts in. Everything from cookies to sauces like this that I made. $2.99. Don't forget TJ Maxx, Ross, those kinds of stores. They need to get rid of inventory, and you can find mason jars there. So anyway, thank you again, everybody. That was our show. Feel free to watch this episode later. And I guess I'm going to see some of you on Saturday. No, Sunday. Saturday's Trav's birthday. Sunday, when I make turkey live.
Yeah, why not? Who cares?
Because you didn't tell me about it. That's why not. But it's okay.
Cooking with Debbie and friends.
Bye, Robert. Thank you.
Cooking with Debbie and friends. Dad.
Too late now. It's kind of living there.
God dang it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Give me some of this stuffing.
Okay. This has to cool.
So don't eat it?
Yeah, you can eat it.
While it's hot.
I need to eat, though. I'm feeling it. Okay. Do you have your bowl from your